ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Om. We shall try to complete the discussion of the last set of Gritsamada Suktas in Mandalam 2. This Sukta 38 is on Savita in Truttuk Chanda. Udarshyadeva Savita, the resplendent Savita, bearer of the universe, for the creation of the worlds, raises up the eternal matter for the benefit of active and conscious souls. He is the one who upholds the beautiful jewel, namely the universe or the worlds, and bestows happiness on the living creatures of the universe, which is pervaded by him on all sides. This Sukta is devoted to Savita, who can be considered as the unmanifested soul of the sun or the manifested self. Attributes ascribed to Savita here appears to represent the self as shown in Ruk 38.9. The manifested self or Atmiya Soma is the cause of the appearance of matter in the five basic forms, and also bodies made up of these basic forms as visualized by ancient sages. After creating the inner forms, the moving, witnessing self pervades the living forms, bestowing existence, consciousness, and happiness on all living creatures. Thus, the manifested self, Savita, or Indra, pervades the manifested universe. Jewel could imply self-knowledge and happiness, bliss of Brahman. 38.2. Vishwasya hi Srushtaye Deva. Resplendent Savita, who has extensive arms in the form of spiritual rays for the welfare of all, stretches forth his arms in the whole universe. It is under his command the purifying water streams flow to earth. Under his control only this air in the atmosphere supports the earth. Creation of energy, water and atmospheric air by Savita is described in this work. 38.3. Ashubhis Chidyanvi Mujati. Savita, the soul of the sun, moving westwards with the sun, is liberated by his rapid moving rays at sunset. This stops the movement of the constantly moving human beings and also restrains the desires of combating warriors. Night comes following the end of the activities of the sun at sunset. This is the description of the creation of night and day by Lord Savita. The earth rotates about its own axis, or the sun moves relative to earth, giving rise to the appearance of day and night. Night is a period, though temporary, of inactivity for most of the creatures on the earth, except, of course, the nocturnal ones. Punah Samavat Vidatam 38.4 Samavyat Vidatam Na Samavyat Vidatam Vidatam 38.4 is Puna Samavyat Vidatam. The night, like a weaving lady, covers up the vision of the vast universe. Though capable of action, the night puts a stop to the activities of all human beings in mid-course. When night disappears, they rise human beings rise up from their beds and continue their activities. The sun is ever resplendent and never takes rest. He divides the seasons. What happens when night appears is elaborated in this ruk. The sun is unaffected by the appearance of day and night on the earth as mentioned in the previous ruk. That is to say that Savita is beyond time or eternal, or Savita is unmanifested witnessing self, probably, in comparison to the manifested moving witnessing self, which is unreal, Atmiya Bhavamana Soma. .5 Anukamsi Guryo Nanaukamsi Guryo. The glow of the great spiritual Agni belongs to the house abode of the self and is established in all human dwellings and also in all living creatures. As per the dictates of Savita or the sun, the mother imparts the most important aspects of this knowledge to her children. Creation of Agni energy is described here. Agni as fire is there in human dwellings, kitchen fire, sacrificial fire, etc. Soul of Agni or Agni is also present in the bodies of human beings, as Vaishwanara Agni, for example. These bodies serve as dwellings for the witnessing self. Mothers tell their children about the moving witnessing self or Agni present in the bodies of human beings as well as in all living creatures. The mother could be nature, revealing the presence of spiritual energy in living forms, including human beings. The witnessing self and energy always coexist in living bodies. Samamavarti Vishtito. It is as per the commands of the resplendent Savita only. 1. A warrior desiring to be victorious goes to battle during the day and return home at sunset. 2. All moving creatures wish to return home at sunset. And 3. Even industrious people return home, leaving off their jobs half done. This is one more description of the scene on the earth at nightfall. This is a basic phenomena of nature ordained by the Creator Savita. Here, Creator Savita would be unmanifested witnessing self. Toya hitam apyamapso 38.7. O Savita, these animals, like the deer, etc., created by you, seek water, which is essential for their existence. You create the atmosphere and the forest for the flying birds. None can transgress Ruta, said by Savita. Some more natural phenomena are described here. All living creatures go in search of water and food. Most of them have their dwellings to which they return at nightfall. Forest serves as a dwelling place for a variety of living organisms. Laws of nature are irrevocable. Prakrtiranyatha bhavo na kathanchit bhavishyati. Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Karika. 2.38.8. Yadradhyam. Varuna provides for all living creatures dwelling places for sleeping in the night with uninterrupted supply of water. All creatures and animals born under the sun reach their homes. The sun attracts all material bodies towards his resting place. Here Varuna is said to be the provider of water and resting places for the night for living creatures, perhaps because he is considered as the presiding deity of night as well as water. Another point mentioned here is the gravitational force of attraction by which all bodies are attracted towards the sun. 38.9. Na yasendro varuno na mitro. Neither Indra, nor Varuna, nor Mitra, nor Atyama, nor Rudra, nor envious persons transgress Savita's laws. I glorify that resplendent Savita with reverential salutations and good actions. Irrevocability of laws of Mother Nature is once more pointed out here. Sage Gritsamada is glorifying Savita, the unmanifested witnessing self in this sukta. Identity of Savita with the unmanifested witnessing self is clearly brought out in this ruk. Bhagam dhiyam bhajayanta. 38.10. May Savita, who is adored by all, is to be meditated on, is the upholder of the world and is the upholder of noble speech, wishing to hear the praises of men, protect us who are knowers and preachers of knowledge. May we be dear to that most admirable Savita on the occasion of acquisition of wealth at the battlefield of life. Meaning of this rek should be reasonably clear. Last rek in this sukta is 38.11. Asmabhyam tad divo. O Savita, may that desirable wealth proceeding from the space, from the waters, from the earth, granted to us by you who praise you sincerely, and to your devotees who are highly learned and therefore praised by many, may be a source of happiness to us. Desirable wealth should mean self-knowledge, as explained before. This is revealed through the manifested forms of matter, from the most abstract space onwards to the most gross earth. Self-knowledge is definitely a source of happiness or bliss to persons who realize self. Self is beyond mind and body. That truth is to be realized. This is a great suktam which one should read carefully and meditate on to understand the subtle difference between Savita and Atmiya Bhavamanasoma. Suktam 39. This is another good sukta from Sage Gritsamada on Ashwinau. in Trushtup Chanda. 39.1 Gravaneva Tadidartham. O Ashwins, you are like two clouds that alleviate heat and rainwater, or are like two vultures who spend their lifetime on a tree, or are like two needy persons who approach a wealthy person, or are like two mantra reciting priests in the sacrifice, or are like two royal messengers who are harbingers of happiness, or who are present in many things and adorable. This sukta is about Ashwins. Their attributes and noble deeds done by them are also described here. Here they are compared to heat alleviating clouds that rain water, etc., which are easy to understand. They could be the combination of Jivatma Paramatma mentioned on earlier occasions. These comparisons are perfectly appropriate even in the case of Atmiya Ashwins. 39.2 O Ashwins, you are like two heroes going in horse-driven chariots in the morning. You are like two goats, or are like two birds embellishing their bodies, or like a wise married couple among the people, from whom they learn wisdom and knowledge. In all these ruks in the Sukta, Ashwins are compared to many twin situations occurring in nature. As such, the comparisons are easily understandable, as they are all quite commonplace. Ashwins are said to be active, knowledgeable, etc. 39.3 Sringevana Prathama. O Ashwins, you are the first among the guests, are like a pair of horns of a cow, or like a pair of swift moving hoofs of a horse. Please come to us early in the morning like two Chakravaka birds, like two rays of the sun, or like two chariot warriors. You please come to us quickly at dawn. A pair of horns, pair of hoofs, etc. bring out the inseparable nature of Ashwins. Quick movement is one of the characteristics attributed to them. They move at speed of mind, as they are mental creations of sages. Navevana Parayatam. 39.4 O Ashwins, please take us across the river of miseries as though in two boats. Please save us from possible breakdown of components of a chariot like wheel, naves, yokes, spokes, etc. Please protect our bodies like two dogs, and protect us from troubles connected with old age like two crutches. Ashwins are considered to be good physicians capable of curing spiritual and physical ailments. This aspect is dealt with here. 39.5 Varevajurya Nadyeva. O Ashwins, please come to us like two winds that never age, or like two rivers that meet at their confluence, or like two eyes blessed with vision. Please lead us towards supreme wealth, like two hands and 2 feet that bring happiness to the body. Ashwins are eternal, like the wind, or like the river flowing, like the ever-flowing rivers. Being present in the bodies as the combination of Jivatma Paramatma, may they lead the seer of the Sukta towards the Supreme Self. This is the wish of the seer. 39.6 Oshthaviva Madhvasne Madhvasne. O Ashwins, like two lips that enable the mouth to utter sweet words, please nourish us like two teats of female breasts. You please be like two nostrils that preserve our body through breathings, and also like two ears that make us hear well. It is continuation of description of Ashwins. May Ashwins activate the mouth to speak nice words and nourish the body with proper food, like a mother feeds nourishing milk to the baby from her breast. May they keep the nose and ears of all creatures functioning well and properly. Hasteva Shakti Mahimabhi Samdadina. 39.7 O Ashwins, please give us strength like two hands and preserve us like the space and earth control air and water. May these hymns flowing towards you sharpen you like an axe on a whetstone. May Ashwins help to maintain the health and well-being of the seer of the Sutta and his co-sacrificers. May these hymns delight them. This is the hope he expresses in this ruk. Edani Vamashvina Varthanani. 39.8 This last stroke in the Sutta. O Ashwins, persons who desire to attain true happiness have prepared for you these items of food offerings for thought and hymns which nourish you. O leaders of man, please come here and accept them with love and joy. Venerable heroes, praise you with excellent hymns in this sacrifice. Ashwins are being requested to come and hear these praises of the seer of the Sutta, who is desirous of attaining supreme happiness. He is hoping to please Atmiya Ashwins by these hymns so that these two will lead him to his final goal. Next sutta is again by sage Gritsamada on Soma Pushanau Chandas Trushtu. Soma Pushana Janana. Spiritual Soma Pusha combination are the creators of wealth, namely the space and the earth. They are born to be protectors of all worlds. Enlightened persons made them the center of Vrita. Birthlessness is the eternal truth. From ignorance of truth, which can be therefore considered as mother of creation or Mahamaya, Soma and Pusha are imagined to be born. From these two, the five forms of matter, the space to earth, came into being. This is how enlightened persons tried to explain theory of creation to ordinary human beings. Here, Soma stands for flowing essence of Atma. Pusha is the nourisher of the universe. 2.40.2 Imau devau jayamanau These resplendent beings were invoked as soon as they were born. They destroy the darkness of ignorance, which is not real and hence not praiseworthy. With the help of Soma and Pusha only, Indra generated water in the land and also in the bleating atmosphere. As soon as Soma and Pusha were conceived of, they were talked about in glorifying terms as destroyers of darkness of ignorance. For Mother Nature, Agnya Soma, with the assistance from Indra, created this universe, making use of a quantum of spiritual energy or spiritual charge of the self. By implication, Agnya Pavamana Soma is creating this unreal universe with the assistance of Indra, making use of quanta of spiritual energy of Atma. 40.3 Soma Pushana Rajaso Vimanam, four showerers of happiness, Soma and Pusha. You harness that chariot which is of the space and leading towards the sky, which has 7 wheels, which is not pervading everything, which moves in all directions, which has 5 reins, and which is to be harnessed by a thoughtful mind. This could be a description of an aerospace vehicle having 7 wheels and capable of moving in all 10 directions all the time. It has 5 controls. Such a vehicle can be built and operated by intelligent men. Alternately, the sage may be referring to human bodies which are on the move in all directions 7 days a week or constantly. The body has 5 sensory organs which are controlled by an intelligent mind. Here, human body is treated as a carrier of Atma. The 40.4 Divya Nya Sadanam. Pusha as the sun made his sun's home high in the space, and Soma on the earth in the form of herbs and other living creatures living in the atmosphere. May these two give us much desired and much commended abundant wealth, which is a source of enjoyment to us. Pusha is sometimes considered as Atma, and Soma the flowing essence of Atma, moving, which means moving body attached witnessing self. With that assumption, the Ruk becomes clear enough. Soma is thought of as being responsible for sustaining living bodies on the earth, as stated in the next Rik. Pusha is essentially nourisher of all living beings, or the universal witnessing self here. That 40.5 Vishwanyanyo Bhuvana Jajana. One of them creates all the worlds and the other goes on looking upon the universe. Or, O Soma and Pusha, please protect our intellect. Through you, we shall be victorious in all our battles of day-to-day life. Soma creates the world while Pusha stands as a witness to the creation process. This implies that Soma stands for the flowing essence of Atma and Pusha stands for the universal witnessing self, unmanifested. With the assistance of Jivatma and Paramatma, may the sacrificers face life successfully. This is the essence of the Rik. Last Rik in the Sukta, 2.40.6. Diyam Pusha Jinvadhu. May the all-pervading Pusha confer happiness on my intellect. May the Lord of wealth give me all kinds of wealth. May the irresistible Aditi, the Mother Nature, protect us. Venerable heroes, praise them with excellent hymns in this sacrifice. All-pervading Purusha represents the unmanifested witnessing self, Paramatma. Lord of wealth or the Lord of the wealth or the manifested forms is the manifested self or the unreal Jivatma or the moon, Soma. Aditi is the mother, Mahamaya, from whom the universe made of matter is born. As matter is a product of ignorance, Aditi can be treated as personified ignorance or Mahamaya, great illusion. The rest of the work needs no explanation. This is another beautiful sukta from sage Gritsamada. We go to the next sukta from sage Gritsamada 41. Vayu, Indravayu, etc. are devatas. Chandas are Gayatri, Anushtu, Brihati. Vayo Yete Sahasrino 2.41.1. O Vayu, please come for drinking the Soma essence by your innumerable vehicles, following the rules and time framed by the Creator. All the ruks in the sukta are not very difficult to understand. This and the next ruk are addressed to Marutsar Vayu. Here the Creator may mean the moving witnessing self. Vayu, being one of the manifested forms of nature, follows Rita. Product of creation may mean water or this hymn here. May Vayu come to hear this hymn. Could be one of the meanings of the ruk. Soma could be physical, subtle or spiritual. 41.2. Niyutvan Vayava Gahyayam. O Vayu, please come here, following the prescribed rules and time. This spotless offering is for you. You go to the house of the preparer of oblations. Here the spotless offering could certainly be this hymn or spiritual Soma. Otherwise, this ruk needs no more elaboration. 41.3. Shukrasyadya. O leaders of men, Indravayu, following the prescribed rules, please come here now and drink this pure essence distilled by the rays of the sun or the self. Here Indra and Vayu imply Jivatma and Pranas respectively. The pure essence distilled by the rays of the sun is water, grass. They are being asked to enjoy water which they themselves have created. This essence could also mean this hymn or flowing essence of Atma. 41.4. Ayam Vam Mitra Varuna. O propagators of truth, Mitra and Varuna, this Soma essence is prepared for you here. Please drink it and hear my prayers. Mitra and Varuna, presiding deities of day and night respectively, are being invited to enjoy this hymn which is being sung by the seer of the Sukta. This is a subtle product whose birth is also caused by the self only. Soma could be spiritual also. Rajana Vanabhidruha. The shining Mitra, 41.5. That the shining Mitra and Varuna, having no malice against anyone, are seated in a magnificent, strongly built hall with 1,000 pillars. Mitra and Varuna are said to preside over the universe during the day and night. 1,000 pillars may have reference to thousands of celestial objects which appear to be upholding the universe. The Samraja Hridasuti 41.6. They, acting like emperors, drawing water up with their rays, are imperishable protectors of liberality. They approach a straightforward man. Mitra and Varuna lord over the universe during the day and night. Their rays heat up the water on the earth, appearing as though they are sucking it. They approach a knowledge sacrificer, like the seer of the Sukta. 41.7. Gomadushu, O ever youthful Ashwins, you cause wicked men to weep. You go by a good path, well protected by men, where there are many cows and horses. Ashwins are talked about in this book. Main attributes of Ashwins are summarized here. They have already been talked about in the previous Sukta, 2.39, in more detail. 41.8. Nayat paro nandara. No malevolent or non-malevolent man, nor an ordinary man, nor an enemy can overcome these liberal donors, whether they are near or far off. Ashwins could be Jivatma, Paramatma combination. Then the meaning of the earth becomes easily understandable. 41.9. Tana a Volham Ashwina. O praiseworthy Ashwins, please bring us wealth which enables us to see various beautiful articles which serve many purposes. Wealth could be gross, subtle or spiritual. 41.10. Indro Anga Mahat Bhayam Abhi. Indra dissipates all great and overpowering fear and danger. He is permanent and is the cause of showing all objects. Here Indra symbolizes the self, since self is known to be Abhayam. Abhayam, permanent, and is the base of manifestation of nature. Indrascha Mulayati No na. May Indra make us happy. Afterwards, our sins do not destroy us and our future life becomes prosperous. Once Jivatma reveals the truth to anyone, his sins are removed. He becomes prosperous, possessing wealth of self-knowledge. Indra Ashabhyaspari, omniscient, conqueror of foes. Indra grants us fearlessness from all directions. This is 41.12. Thus, manifested self is being requested to reveal truth, that fearless state, to the seer of the Sukta. Vishvedevasa Agata. 41.13. O learned persons, please come here. Be seated on your good seats and listen to my hymns. Learned men stand for Vishvedevas or for enlightened souls. In their turn, they are invited to listen to these praiseful hymns of sage Gritsamada. 41.14 Tivro vo madhuma ayam. O learned persons, considering it as an offering given by experienced wise persons, please drink this essence, which is sharp, sweet, and scientifically prepared for you. As a continuation of previous Ruk, the enlightened souls are being asked to enjoy the essence of Soma, gross, subtle, and spiritual. 41.15 Indrajeshta Marudgana. O possessors of great wealth of knowledge, group of Maruts, you are all givers of strength to all and shining with knowledge. Please listen to my hymns. Here Maruts are being invited to enjoy the shining or spiritual Soma, which is full of knowledge. 41.16 Ambitame, Naditame, Devitame, Saraswati. O Saraswati, best among teachers and instructors of abstract knowledge and most enlightened, we are not yet good enough. O Mother, please give us excellence and fame. This and the next two rugs are devoted to Saraswati, deity in charge of learning and knowledge. She is being asked to give knowledge to the sacrificer and his listeners. 41.17 Tve Vishwa Saraswati. O Saraswati, the lives of all depends on you, who shines with knowledge. Be pleased with thee. Operations giving experienced wise persons. O shining teacher, teach your children. Experienced wise man implies seer of the Sukta. As presiding deity of learning, she may give good education to young children. 41.18 Ima Brahma Saraswati. O truthful Saraswati, endowed with abundant wealth and knowledge, please accept lovingly this Vedic hymn, which is dear among the seekers of wisdom and knowledge. This is being offered by people who have enjoyed bliss. This hymn, prepared by the seer, is appreciated by learned men everywhere. May this find favor with Saraswati. This is the wish of sage Gritsamada, who has realized the self. 41.19 Presam Yajnasya Shambhuva. O space and earth, we invoke you, who confer happiness on all sacrificers, and the one different from you, Agni, the bearer of sacrificial offerings. This and the next two rugs deal with space and earth. In this one, Agni is also being invoked. 41.20 Dyava na Prithvi imam. May the space and earth establish today the sacrifice among the enlightened souls, which touches the light of knowledge and throws light on the meaning of Shastras. Seer of the Sukta is telling the space and earth to stand as witness to his knowledge sacrifice, which brings out much information or knowledge. 2.41.21 Avam Upastham. O the space and earth, who are free from malice, enlightened souls may sit down near you for drinking the Soma essence. May the enlightened souls sitting on the earth and in the space enjoy this hymn, a product of creation caused by the self. This marks the end of One more prayer sukta from Sage Gritsamada. Suktam 42. Sage Gritsamada. Devata Kapinjala Rupi Indra Trishtu Chanda Kanikrada Janusham Prabhruvana 42.1. O Shakuna, please send your voice out repeatedly, speaking and preaching Vedic knowledge, as a steersman sends out his boat. You are also most auspicious. May not calamity fall upon you from any side in this world. Shakuna means a kind of Brahman or a sort of Haim. Based on this meaning, Shakuna may be interpreted as the manifested Brahman self or Indra. This could explain why Devata of the Sukta is Indra. The manifested self Indra preaches self-knowledge through these Vedic hymns. Matvashena Udvadhin Masuparno 42.2. O Indra, manifesting as Shakuna, may no wicked one like a falcon or an eagle kill you. May no archer carrying arrows reach you. Speaking aloud, preaching auspicious words, always speaking nicely, you deliver sermons on Rutha, which are followed by the wise protectors. Auspicious words stands for Vedic hymns. Ancient enlightened souls protected the knowledge of Rutha by preaching them to ordinary men. May no harm come to you from any quarter. This is the seer's wish. Last trick in the Sukta 42.3. Avakranda Dakshinato Grihana. O learned preacher, you are auspicious and you speak beneficent, sweet words sitting on the right side of the houses. May no thief or no praiser of sins prevail on you. On us, venerable heroes praise you with excellent hymns in this sacrifice. Basically, Shakuna and Shakunta means the same thing. That is why Shakunta is interpreted as learned preacher, who is none other than Indra, the manifested self. In any case, Sage Gritsamada could not be expected to end his exposition with a talk on birds. Another Sukta, 43, the last Sukta of Gritsamada, Devata Kapinjala Rupi Indra. Chandas Jagati Adishakwari Ashti Va 43.1. Pradakshini Dabi Abhigrinanti Karavo. Learned preachers sing different auspicious hymns of praises through all seasons. One who utters two kinds of speeches, physical and spiritual, is a singer of Sama hymns, recites songs in meters like Gayatri, Trishtu, etc. He shines physically and spiritually. This can be considered as a continuation of the earlier Sukta. Preachers of auspicious mantras like Sage Gritsamada conduct knowledge sacrifices all the year round. In that way, they disseminate physical and spiritual knowledge among ordinary men. Thus, their fame spreads everywhere. Udgateva Shakune Samagayasi 2.43.2. O Shakuna, preacher of auspicious hymns. You recite Sama hymns like a musician of Sama Veda at a sacrifice. Like a worthy son of a Vedic scholar, you glorify the Creator in all seasons. Like a mighty horse approaching a mare with her young ones, O Shaguna, you come and speak to us also all about meritorious acts. Here Shaguna may be taken to signify Indra, the manifested self, or Adhidevik Indra. She, as the master of Vedas, can be expected to sing Sama songs to perfection. Like a horse approaches his mare and her kids, may Indra come to the seer of the Sukta and his listeners, treating them as kids of Mother Nature, and teach them Vrita. The last trick in the second mandala, (43.3) Avadamstvam Shakune Bhadramavada. O Shakuna, preacher of auspicious hymns, whenever you speak, you always utter auspicious words. Even when you are sitting without speaking, you instruct us well about righteous knowledge. Like a flying bird, you speak to us like a man who acts true to his profession. Venerable heroes praise you with excellent hymns in this knowledge sacrifice. Here also, Shakunta can be treated as Indra, who always treats his righteous subjects nicely. Indra reveals the knowledge of the self to such people. Actually, no words can convey this knowledge. It has to come by itself or self-revealed. The truth dawns on a person like the sun dawning on the solar world every day morning. Rest of the Ruk is easy enough to understand. This marks the end of series of suktas from Sage Gritsamada and also the end of Mandalam 2, a fitting end to this shortest Mandalam. Here we finish today's discussion. Viramatsavat. Viramastavat.